Have you ever wondered what happens when forbidden love becomes viral evidence and private moments become public destruction? In the Instagram-perfect world of Dubai's fashion elite, where runway shows cost millions and princes collect beauty like rare art, 26-year-old Angelica Reyes believed her secret relationship with royalty would remain hidden forever. What started as a backstage romance would end when intimate videos went viral, and what began as career opportunity would destroy two families across 3 continents. This isn't just about an affair. This is about digital betrayal, royal rage, and how far a prince will go when private videos expose his forbidden relationship to millions of viewers worldwide. On the morning of December 15th, 2024, the emergency sirens that pierced Dubai's dawn silence weren't part of Fashion Week's elaborate productions. They were the harsh wail of ambulances racing toward the Armani Hotel Dubai, where behind floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking Burj Khalifa, they would discover a scene that would destroy the UAE's most promising royal heir. The body of Angelica Reyes, a 26-year-old Filipina fashion model, lay motionless in a penthouse suite decorated for romance, her designer lingerie stained with blood that would soon become evidence in Dubai's most viral murder case. Scattered across the marble floor were 2 smashed phones, and a tablet displaying the intimate videos that had leaked online 18 hours earlier, videos that showed every moment of her forbidden relationship with Crown Prince Khalid Al-Rashid. Standing on the balcony, staring at the city his family controlled, was Prince Khalid himself, his hands still trembling from the violence that had ended his lover's life and his own future as Dubai's next ruler. Dubai in 2024 represented the pinnacle of luxury fashion, where international designers showcased collections to audiences of oil heiresses, tech moguls, and Instagram influencers, whose combined followings exceeded most countries' populations. Behind the glittering runways and champagne receptions lay an intricate ecosystem where models, designers, and wealthy patrons navigated complex relationships that mixed professional ambition with personal desire. The fashion industry served as the perfect cover for relationships that traditional society would never approve. A world where models and royalty mingled at exclusive after-parties, where professional photography sessions could become intimate encounters, and where the line between career networking and romantic entanglement disappeared behind closed dressing room doors. For families like the Al-Rashids, whose power depended on maintaining impeccable public images while controlling massive oil wealth and international investments, any scandal threatened not just personal reputation, but billions of dollars in business relationships built on perceptions of traditional values and family honor. Angelica Reyes was born on April 3, 1998, in Makati City, Manila, into a middle-class family where her striking beauty, 59 with exotic features that mixed Filipino and Spanish heritage, was recognized as potential fortune from early childhood. Her mother, Teresa, a former beauty queen turned talent manager, had groomed Angelica for modeling careers since age 14, understanding that her daughter's genetics were the family's ticket to prosperity. By 18, Angelica was walking runways for Manila's top designers, her portfolio featuring campaigns for international brands seeking to penetrate Southeast Asian markets. But she dreamed of the global fashion capitals, Milan, Paris, New York, and most tantalizingly, Dubai, where models could earn in a single show what they made in an entire Manila season. "I want to be more than a Manila model," Angelica told her mother during countless discussions about career strategy. "Dubai is where Asian models become international stars. That's where I need to be." In January 2023, Angelica arrived at Dubai International Airport with a modeling contract from prestigious agency Elite Model Management Dubai, a portfolio that had impressed international scouts, and Instagram followers numbering 250,000. Enough social media influence to attract brands seeking digital marketing reach combined with runway presence. Her contract promised runway shows for Dubai Fashion Week, editorial shoots for Middle Eastern Vogue, and appearances at luxury brand events that would elevate her from regional model to international fashion personality. Most importantly, Dubai offered access to the world's wealthiest clientele, oil heiresses, business moguls, and royal family members who attended every major fashion event. The opportunities seemed limitless for a model who combined exotic beauty with social media savvy and professional training from Manila's competitive fashion industry. Within 6 months, Angelica had become one of Dubai's most sought-after models, walking runways for Ali Saab, Roberto Cavalli, and exclusive Dubai Fashion Week shows where front-row seats cost $10,000 and backstage access required royal connections. Her Instagram following grew to 800,000 as she posted behind-the-scenes content from shoots at Burj Al Arab, fashion shows at Atlantis the Palm, and exclusive parties in Dubai Marina penthouses. Her professional success came from understanding that Dubai's fashion industry rewarded more than just runway skills. It required social intelligence to navigate the complex relationships between designers, wealthy patrons, and royal family members who could make or destroy careers with single decisions. Angelica doesn't just model clothes, one designer noted in an industry interview. She understands how to make everyone around her feel important while maintaining the professional boundaries that keep careers safe. But those professional boundaries were about to be tested by someone whose power and attraction would prove impossible to resist. Crown Prince Khalid bin Mohammed Al-Rashid represented everything Dubai's royal elite valued and feared in equal measure. Born in 1985 as the eldest son of Sheikh Mohammed Al-Rashid, he had been groomed since childhood to inherit leadership of a family whose oil wealth, business empire, and political influence controlled not just Dubai's economy, but significant portions of the UAE's international relationships. Educated at Oxford University and Harvard Business School, Khalid spoke 7 languages fluently and managed investment portfolios worth $50 billion while serving as Dubai's Minister of Economic Development. His marriage in 2015 to Princess Amira Al Maktoum had united 2 of the UAE's most powerful families, producing 3 children and creating what international media portrayed as the Middle East's most successful young royal couple. But behind the perfect public image existed a man whose isolation within rigid royal protocols and arranged marriage had created profound loneliness and a dangerous attraction to the fashion world's freedom and beauty. Khalid's first meaningful interaction with Angelica occurred backstage at Dubai Fashion Week's opening gala, where he was attending as guest of honor representing the royal family's patronage of the arts. As Angelica prepared for her runway appearance in a stunning Ali Saab gown, she caught Khalid's attention not just through her beauty, but through her confident professionalism in an environment of nervous models and demanding designers. "You move like you own the runway," Khalid commented as Angelica adjusted her gown before the show, his first words to her capturing his fascination with her self-possession. "I've learned that confidence sells clothes better than beauty," Angelica replied, her response demonstrating the intelligence that made her more than just another pretty model. Their conversation, brief and seemingly innocent, planted seeds of attraction that would grow into a relationship that violated every protocol governing royal behavior. What began as professional networking evolved into personal connection when Khalid followed Angelica's Instagram account, then began commenting on her posts with increasing frequency and personal tone. For Angelica, attention from Crown Prince Khalid represented both career opportunity, royal approval could guarantee premium modeling contracts, and dangerous territory where professional relationships could become inappropriate personal entanglements. Their private message exchanges started professionally, with Khalid offering invitations to exclusive events and fashion shows where royal attendance guaranteed media coverage that elevated models' profiles. But the conversations gradually became more personal, as Khalid revealed his isolation within royal protocols, and Angelica shared her loneliness as a Filipina model navigating Dubai's complex social hierarchies. You're the first person in years who talks to me like I'm human, instead of treating me like a walking investment portfolio," Khalid confided during one of their late-night message exchanges. "And you're the first person here who sees me as more than a beautiful object that sells designer clothes," Angelica replied, neither of them recognizing that their emotional connection was leading toward a relationship that would ultimately destroy them both. Their first private meeting occurred at Khalid's personal art gallery in Dubai Design District, ostensibly to discuss his patronage of a fashion photography exhibition featuring Angelica's editorial work. The gallery, closed to public access and protected by security that ensured complete privacy, became the setting where their professional relationship transformed into something far more dangerous. The transition from patron and artist to lovers happened gradually during their 3-hour conversation, as they discovered shared interests in art, architecture, and the isolation that came from living lives constantly observed by others. When Khalid kissed Angelica beside a photograph of her wearing haute couture against Dubai's skyline, both understood they were crossing boundaries that could never be uncrossed. "This is dangerous for both of us," Angelica whispered as their first intimate moment unfolded in the private gallery. "Maybe some things are worth the risk," Khalid replied, words that would prove tragically prophetic when their relationship was eventually exposed. Over 6 months, Khalid and Angelica conducted their relationship in the spaces between his royal obligations and her modeling career, private meetings in his personal properties, secret rendezvous during international fashion weeks where Khalid could travel without suspicion, and careful coordination that required burner phones, encrypted messaging apps, and elaborate security protocols. Their relationship unfolded across Dubai's most exclusive private venues: Khalid's penthouse in Burj Khalifa, his yacht moored in Dubai Marina, his private villa in Palm Jumeirah, and hotel suites booked under corporate accounts that provided anonymity. Each location offered privacy that allowed them to exist as ordinary lovers rather than prince and model whose relationship violated every social and religious boundary. What they didn't anticipate was that their modern romance would be documented through the same technology that had brought them together: smartphones that captured intimate moments they believed would remain private forever. Like many couples in 2024, Khalid and Angelica documented their relationship through photos and videos captured on their personal phones. These weren't calculated recordings meant for others. They were intimate memories of a relationship that had to remain hidden from the world. Khalid laughing during private dinners, Angelica dancing in his penthouse, tender moments that showed their genuine connection beneath the forbidden nature of their affair. But mixed with these innocent memories were intimate videos that showed their physical relationship in explicit detail, recordings they had made during their most passionate encounters, believing that encrypted phones and password protection would keep these moments private. The videos, stored on Angelica's personal phone and backed up to her iCloud account, represented a comprehensive archive of their 6-month affair. Over 200 photos and 47 videos that documented not just their physical intimacy but their emotional connection, their conversations about his marriage, and most damaging of all, Khalid's criticisms of his royal obligations and arranged wife. What ultimately exposed their relationship wasn't security failure or investigative journalism, but professional jealousy from another model in Dubai's competitive fashion scene. Marina Petrov, a Russian model who had been competing with Angelica for premium contracts, had noticed Khalid's attention to Angelica and began investigating why a Filipina newcomer was receiving opportunities that typically required years of industry connections. Through careful observation at fashion events and strategic conversations with designers and photographers, Marina pieced together evidence of Angelica's relationship with Prince Khalid: late arrivals to morning shoots after nights in exclusive locations, expensive jewelry that no modeling salary could afford, and most tellingly, Khalid's presence at events that he attended only when Angelica was featured. Marina's breakthrough came when she befriended Angelica's assistant, offering money and career opportunities in exchange for access to Angelica's personal phone during a fashion shoot in November 2024. While Angelica was on the runway, Marina's contact copied the entire contents of her phone, including the encrypted folder containing months of intimate photos and videos with Crown Prince Khalid. On December 14, 2024, at 8:00 p.m. Dubai time, an anonymous Twitter account posted the first of Angelica's intimate videos with Prince Khalid, accompanied by text that read, "Dubai's future king prefers Filipino models to his royal wife. Crown Prince Khalid Al-Rashid exposed." Within 2 hours, the videos had been viewed over 5 million times, shared across every social media platform, and picked up by international media outlets covering royal scandals. The explicit nature of the content, combined with clear identification of Prince Khalid and recognizable Dubai locations, made denial impossible. The leak destroyed both lives simultaneously. Khalid's reputation as future ruler collapsed as religious leaders and conservative citizens denounced his un-Islamic behavior, while Angelica became the target of death threats from people who viewed her as a foreign temptress who had corrupted their crown prince. By midnight, Angelica was hiding in her apartment while angry crowds gathered outside. Khalid was in emergency meetings with his father and royal advisors, and their intimate moments were being watched by millions of people worldwide who would never understand the genuine connection beneath the scandal. Sheikh Mohammed Al-Rashid's response to his son's exposed affair was immediate and devastating. Emergency meetings with religious advisors, government ministers, and family elders focused on a single question: how could they preserve the family's reputation and Khalid's position as crown prince when evidence of his un-Islamic behavior was spreading worldwide? The consensus was brutal. Khalid must publicly divorce his wife, renounce his claim to succession, or eliminate the source of the scandal before international pressure forced the family to take official action. The royal family's private security team was dispatched to locate Angelica and ensure she could not give interviews or further damage their reputation. "Your relationship with this Filipino girl has destroyed everything we've built," Sheikh Mohammed told his son during their confrontation. "You have 24 hours to resolve this situation permanently, or I will resolve it for you." Angelica's apartment became a prison as crowds gathered outside. Her phone exploded with death threats in multiple languages, and her modeling agency terminated her contract via email. Her attempts to contact Khalid were blocked, her social media accounts were hacked and filled with abuse, and her family in Manila received threatening messages warning them that their daughter had shamed Islam and would face consequences. "I never meant for this to happen," Angelica sobbed during a phone call with her mother Teresa. "I loved him, and now people want to kill me for it." Her mother's response was practical and terrified. "Get to the Philippine embassy immediately. Don't trust anyone, not even Khalid. You need to leave Dubai before something terrible happens." But Angelica's faith in Khalid's love overrode her survival instincts. When he finally contacted her at 2:00 a.m. on December 15th, requesting a private meeting to plan our future together, she agreed without hesitation. Khalid's invitation to meet at the Armani Hotel Dubai's penthouse suite seemed like a gesture of protection, removing Angelica from her exposed apartment to a secure location where they could discuss options for their future. He promised to help her leave Dubai safely, to provide financial security for her family, and to eventually find a way for them to be together once the scandal subsided. "I won't let anyone hurt you," Khalid told Angelica during their phone call. "Come to the Armani suite at 3:00 a.m. My security will bring you safely and we'll figure out our next steps together." Angelica, desperate for protection and still believing in Khalid's love, agreed to the meeting that would become her death sentence. What Angelica didn't understand was that the man requesting the meeting was no longer the lover who had spent 6 months treating her like his soulmate. The Khalid who waited in the Armani penthouse had spent 6 hours being berated by his father, threatened by religious leaders, and informed that his entire future depended on eliminating the scandal by eliminating its source. The psychological pressure of choosing between Angelica's life and his own position, as Crown Prince, had transformed him from romantic lover into someone capable of murder to protect his family's honor and his personal future. Angelica arrived at the Armani Hotel penthouse, believing she was meeting her lover to plan their escape from the scandal. Instead, she walked into a room where Khalid had spent hours convincing himself that her death was the only solution to the crisis destroying his life. Their final conversation, later reconstructed from hotel security audio, which captured sound but not video in the penthouse, revealed Khalid's transformation from lover to killer. "Did you leak those videos?" Khalid demanded as soon as Angelica entered. "What? No, why would I destroy both our lives?" Angelica replied, her confusion genuine. "Someone leaked them, and you're the only one who had copies," Khalid continued, his rage building as he convinced himself that Angelica had betrayed him for publicity or money. Khalid's accusations escalated as he showed Angelica the international media coverage, the religious leader's condemnations, and his father's ultimatum. In his mind, warped by hours of pressure and psychological abuse from his family, Angelica had transformed from victim to perpetrator, from the woman he loved to the person who had destroyed his future. "You ruined me," Khalid screamed as Angelica tried to defend herself. "My father wants to disown me, religious leaders are calling for my punishment, and it's all because of you and your videos." "I didn't leak them," Angelica sobbed, finally understanding that she was in danger. "Someone stole them from my phone. Please, Khalid, you have to believe me." But belief required rationality that Khalid no longer possessed. When Angelica attempted to leave the penthouse, recognizing that the man she loved had become her murderer, Khalid's response was the violence that ended her life. Angelica Reyes died at 3:47 a.m. on December 15, 2024, strangled by the hands of the man she had loved, killed by the collision between her trust and his desperate need to eliminate the scandal threatening his position. Her final moments were captured by audio recordings that documented her pleas for mercy and Khalid's repeated accusations that she had destroyed everything. The intimate videos that had brought them together and then exposed their relationship became the motive for murder, as Khalid convinced himself that eliminating Angelica would somehow restore the reputation that those videos had destroyed. For 3 hours after Angelica's death, Khalid remained in the penthouse, alternating between grief for what he had done and desperate planning for how to present her death as something other than murder. The phones and tablet that contained their intimate videos lay smashed on the floor, his futile attempt to destroy evidence that had already spread to millions of devices worldwide. His first call was to his father's head of security, not to police. His second was to the family's crisis management team. His third was never made, as police arrived at the penthouse responding to hotel staff concerns about sounds of violence from the royal suite. Crown Prince Khalid Al-Rashid was arrested at 7:30 a.m. on December 15, 2024, his royal status providing no protection when hotel security footage showed Angelica entering the penthouse alive, and Khalid's own admission to his father's security team constituted confession. The arrest of Dubai's Crown Prince for murdering his Filipina mistress became international news within minutes, transforming a scandal about leaked intimate videos into a story about honor killing, royal violence, and the deadly consequences of forbidden love in societies where tradition and modernity exist in constant conflict. Dubai Metropolitan Police faced the unprecedented challenge of investigating a member of the ruling family for murder. Detective Captain Fatima Al-Zahra, chosen for her reputation for impartiality and her background investigating honor killings, led a team that knew their findings would have international implications for Dubai's reputation. The investigation was straightforward in terms of evidence. Hotel security audio captured the murder. Khalid's confession to his father's security team was documented, and forensic evidence showed clear signs of strangulation. The complexity lay in determining whether this was premeditated murder or a crime of passion triggered by extreme emotional distress. "The physical evidence is overwhelming," Detective Al-Zara reported to her superiors. Prince Khalid strangled his mistress to death after the intimate videos leaked online. The question is whether he planned to kill her or whether the situation spiraled out of control. A parallel investigation focused on identifying who had leaked the intimate videos, both to establish a complete timeline and to determine if that person bore any responsibility for Angelica's death. Digital forensics traced the anonymous Twitter account to an IP address in Moscow, where Marina Petrov had posted the videos before immediately departing Dubai. Marina's role as the catalyst for the scandal added another layer of complexity to the case. While she hadn't committed the murder, her jealousy-driven leak of private videos had triggered the chain of events that ended in Angelica's death. The case exploded across international media as it combined every element guaranteed to capture global attention: royal scandal, leaked intimate videos, forbidden romance, and brutal murder. News outlets from CNN to Al Jazeera to Asian networks provided continuous coverage, each emphasizing different aspects. Western media focused on honor killing and royal impunity, questioning whether Khalid would face justice or receive special treatment due to his status. Filipino media portrayed Angelica as another overseas worker killed while pursuing dreams abroad, sparking protests demanding justice and better protection for Filipino nationals in the Gulf. Arab media struggled to balance coverage of royal scandal with cultural sensitivity, about intimate content and religious perspectives on adultery and honor. The hashtags Justice for Angelica, Dubai Prince Murder, and leaked videos kill trended worldwide, with millions debating whether Angelica bore responsibility for her death by conducting an affair and creating intimate videos, or whether she was a victim of royal violence and slut-shaming. The leaked videos themselves continued circulating despite content moderation efforts, ensuring that Angelica's intimate moments remained public even as her family mourned her death and demanded justice. Sheikh Mohammed's attempts to manage the crisis through traditional channels, private negotiations with government officials, pressure on media outlets, and diplomatic back channels, failed completely as the story's viral nature made containment impossible. For the first time in UAE history, a ruling family member would face public criminal trial, with international observers monitoring whether Dubai's legal system could deliver justice when the accused was royalty. The State versus Crown Prince Khalid Al-Rashid opened in Dubai Criminal Court as the most watched trial in Middle Eastern legal history. Judge Hassan al-Mansouri faced the unprecedented challenge of adjudicating a case where the defendant's royal status, the victim's leaked intimate content, and international scrutiny created pressure from every direction. Khalid's defense team, led by internationally renowned attorney Sir David Richardson, argued that their client had suffered extreme emotional distress upon discovering the leaked videos, had been subjected to overwhelming family and political pressure, and had acted in a moment of temporary insanity rather than premeditated murder. The prosecution, headed by Dubai's chief prosecutor Amira Al-Zara, presented the case as premeditated honor killing motivated by Khalid's need to eliminate the source of scandal threatening his position as crown prince. The prosecution's case relied on hotel security audio that captured Khalid's accusations and Angelica's pleas, his confession to his father's security team, and forensic evidence showing the deliberate nature of strangulation that continued for over 4 minutes, far beyond any claim of momentary loss of control. Most damaging was testimony from the royal security team, who revealed that Khalid had discussed permanently resolving the Angelica problem with his father hours before requesting the meeting that ended in murder. The defense countered by presenting psychological experts who testified about the extreme stress Khalid faced, the cultural shame associated with exposed intimate relationships, and the impossible position of choosing between personal love and family duty. The trial's most controversial aspect was whether to admit the leaked intimate videos as evidence of the relationship's nature and Khalid's potential motives. Defense attorneys argued that playing the videos would constitute further violation of both Khalid's and Angelica's privacy, while prosecutors maintained that understanding their relationship was essential for determining motive. Judge Al-Mansouri ruled that still images showing the existence of the relationship could be admitted, but explicit intimate content would remain sealed out of respect for both families' dignity. The trial's most heartbreaking moments came when Angelica's mother Teresa testified via video link from Manila, describing her daughter's dreams, her belief in Khalid's love, and her terror during their final phone conversation. "My daughter died believing the man she loved would protect her," Teresa sobbed. "Instead, he killed her to protect his position. No amount of royal status justifies taking my child's life." After 6 days of deliberation, the jury found Crown Prince Khalid guilty of second-degree murder, acknowledging extreme emotional distress as mitigation, but rejecting claims of temporary insanity. Judge Al-Mansouri sentenced him to 25 years imprisonment, with possibility of parole after 15 years. The verdict established that royal status would not exempt perpetrators from criminal justice, while the sentence acknowledged the complex circumstances that had driven the murder without excusing it. Khalid's conviction marked the end of his position as Crown Prince, with his younger brother Ahmed named as Sheikh Mohammed's heir. The family's international reputation suffered permanent damage, affecting business relationships and diplomatic standing throughout the Gulf region. The case prompted the UAE's first comprehensive legislation regarding intimate content, establishing criminal penalties for non-consensual distribution of private videos, and creating legal pathways for victims to seek protection and compensation. Angelica's death led to enhanced protections for Filipino nationals working in the UAE, including emergency support systems, legal aid for victims of violence, and diplomatic protocols for crisis situations involving foreign nationals. Marina Petrov was extradited to Dubai and convicted of unlawful distribution of intimate content, receiving a 10-year sentence for her role in triggering the events that led to murder. The Angelica Reyes Foundation, established with international donations, provides support for overseas workers facing exploitation and advocates for digital privacy rights worldwide. Her story serves as a tragic reminder that intimate content can become weapons, that royal power cannot justify murder, and that modern technology has permanently changed how relationships unfold and end in the digital age.